Hi, I'm Nathan Johnston, and in this video I'm going to discuss licensing iecTeso. iecTeso, when installed, comes with a 30-day trial period. However, you should be aware that there is a limitation and that you will not be able to edit any applications that were previously created with a licensed version of iecTeso. If you are evaluating iecTeso and you need to run any applications previously created with a licensed version, such as any OEM sample applications, then OEM can issue 30-day sales licenses to overcome this restriction. Please discuss this with your sales rep. Licenses come in two forms. They're available as hardware licenses, which are USB dongles much like USB flash drives, and are intended to easily be shared between people. The other option is software licenses, which are basically just registration keys, and these are intended to permanently reside on a PC. There are multiple types of licenses available as well, and these fall into the following categories. There are essential licenses, which allow one resource to be developed and deployed on one target. Multi-scan licenses, which allow multiple resources to be deployed on a single target. And distributed licenses, which allow multiple resources to run on multiple targets. Each of these licenses then have different licensing steps based on the number of I/O points used or required. There's also a fourth type of license, which is a monitoring tool license, and I sometimes like to call it a read-only license. It is the same as an unlimited I/O distributed license, however, will not allow the application to be edited or recompiled. This type of license is commonly used by field maintenance staff or non-programmers to deploy software, diagnose issues, or perform basic operations. If you're unsure about what license you need, then your sales rep will be able to help you select the most appropriate license for your application. If you have a USB hardware license, you simply plug it into your USB port and no further actions required. On the other hand, if you are applying or needing a software license, this is applied using the license manager. The license manager is a program that resides underneath the OEM iecTeso program group on your start menu, and it is the licensing iecTeso 5 application. If you have any active licenses installed, they will appear on the right hand side under selected components, and they will say active. This also includes if you have a hardware USB dongle plugged into your PC, it would also appear there. For a software license to be applied, a setup code and two user codes need to be provided to OEM for us to generate the license. The user codes are two unique software keys that are specific to your PC. The setup code varies depending on what type of license you are applying. To apply a soft license, you need to select iecTeso Soft and then press the right arrow. This will then allow you to select which type of license you are applying. As I mentioned earlier, there are essential licenses, multi-scan licenses, and distributed licenses. You just need to select which one you are applying and also the number of I/O points. If you are purchasing an unlimited license, just leave the I/O point field blank. If you are purchasing a monitoring tool license, select the distributed option and again leave the number of IO points blank. You then click OK and it will return to the main licensing manager screen. In this case here, it has generated setup code PRD and the user codes. These need to be provided to OEM for the registration keys to be applied. We would recommend that you copy and paste these codes to avoid any possibility of manual error writing them down. There is also an option for send key which will open up your Outlook for an email. However, it should be noted that by default the email address will be support@isograph.com and you instead need to change this to be your sales rep for OEM. OEM will then provide you the registration keys. These simply need to be entered into the registration key 1 and 2 fields and then press proceed. If all goes well, you'll then see the license applied up in the selective components part with active in brackets next to it. Now, while earlier I mentioned that a software key is designed to be permanently resided on a PC, it is actually possible to transfer a software license from one PC to another. This is done using the Transfer License tab of the License Manager. Transferring licenses is a 3-step process, and the process is explained on the Transferring License tab. On the PC you wish to license, in other words, the PC that doesn't currently have the license, you need to create a transfer disk. To do this, you must select the drive that is going to hold the transfer disk. Now, this can be just a USB flash drive. Once you have selected that, you click on Transfer Disk. Once that's completed, you need to take that disk or USB stick and put it in the PC that currently has the license. Again, you need to make sure that the correct drive is selected up the top, and then you hit Transfer Licenses to Disk. Finally, the final step is to take the disk with the license now on it and insert it in the PC to be licensed and click Complete Transfer. If you have any questions about licensing, please contact your sales rep or OEM support.